The misunderstood power of influence. Dark psychology has long been a staple in popular media, often depicted as a sinister and omnipotent force that can bend people to its will. From mind control to hypnotic powers, movies and TV shows are rife with dramatic portrayals of manipulative tactics. However, these representations are often exaggerated or entirely fictional, leading to widespread misconceptions about the true nature of psychological influence. By exploring common tropes and distinguishing between manipulation and persuasion, we uncover the ethical considerations and real-world applications of psychological techniques, the dangers of misinformation, and promote critical thinking about media portrayals of dark psychology. How the term dark psychology is often misused in media. In popular media, the term dark psychology is frequently thrown around to describe various manipulative behaviors and techniques, often painting them with an ominous brush. However, this sensationalized portrayal skews the true meaning of psychological influence and manipulation. Dark psychology, in essence, refers to the study of the darker aspects of human nature, including tactics used to manipulate or control others. Media often conflates these concepts, leading to misunderstandings. One significant issue is that the media tends to focus on extreme and rare cases, portraying them as common. This creates a distorted view of how dark psychology manifests in real life. In reality, most manipulative behaviors are far more subtle and insidious, often going unnoticed by the victim. This misuse of the term can lead to a lack of understanding and awareness of the real-world applications and implications of dark psychology. Distinguishing between manipulation and persuasion. One of the major misconceptions is the failure to distinguish between manipulation and persuasion. Persuasion is the ethical use of influence to guide someone towards a decision, often rooted in mutual benefit. In contrast, manipulation involves deceit and coercion to achieve a selfish goal. Understanding this distinction is crucial to navigate the ethical boundaries of psychological influence. Persuasion techniques often rely on clear communication, transparency, and respect for the other person's autonomy. In contrast, manipulation tends to involve hidden agendas, deceit, and exploitation of vulnerabilities. By conflating these two concepts, media representations can lead to confusion and mistrust regarding the use of influence in everyday interactions. Highlighting the ethical considerations of using psychology for influence. Using psychological techniques for influence brings ethical considerations to the forefront. Ethical use of psychology aims to promote positive outcomes and respect for individuals' autonomy. Dark psychology, when misrepresented, can overlook these ethical nuances, promoting a more sinister view of psychological influence. Ethical influence involves using psychology to encourage positive behavior change, support personal growth, and improve relationships. It requires a commitment to honesty, integrity, and respect for others. When media portrayals focus only on the darker aspects of psychological influence, they can obscure these important ethical considerations and contribute to a negative perception of psychology as a whole. Unmasking the myths in media. Common dark psychology tropes in movies and TV shows. Movies and TV shows are replete with dark psychology tropes that dramatize and exaggerate the power of manipulative tactics. Characters often employ mind control, hypnosis, or other far-fetched methods to achieve their goals, creating an aura of mystique and fear around dark psychology. These portrayals often rely on dramatic visual and narrative techniques to create a sense of suspense and intrigue. For example, the use of intense music, close-up shots, and rapid editing can amplify the perceived impact of manipulative tactics. However, these cinematic techniques often bear little resemblance to the realities of psychological influence. Examples of unrealistic or exaggerated techniques. For instance, the idea that hypnosis can make someone perform actions entirely against their will is a common but false portrayal. Similarly, the notion of mind control as depicted in many thrillers is highly exaggerated. These representations feed into the myth that dark psychology is about wielding omnipotent control over others. Other exaggerated techniques include the use of subliminal messages to control behavior, the portrayal of psychopaths as having superhuman abilities to manipulate others, and the depiction of psychological influence as a quick and easy process. In reality, effective psychological influence is far more complex and nuanced, often requiring a deep understanding of human behavior and a strategic approach. The difference between fiction and reality. In reality, while certain manipulative techniques can be effective, they are not as foolproof or mystical as media suggests. Real-world influence relies more on subtle psychological principles, such as social proof, reciprocity, and authority, rather than overt mind control. For example, social proof involves using the behavior of others to influence someone's decisions, while reciprocity relies on the human tendency to return favors. Authority, on the other hand, leverages the influence of perceived experts or leaders. These principles are grounded in well-established psychological theories and are used in various fields, including marketing, politics, and interpersonal relationships. The reality of influence: a look at real-world tactics. Common manipulative techniques that do work and why they're used. Techniques like gaslighting, guilt-tripping, and emotional blackmail are used because they prey on human vulnerabilities. Gaslighting, for instance, involves making someone doubt their perception of reality, while guilt-tripping leverages feelings of guilt to manipulate behavior. Other manipulative techniques include the use of flattery, intimidation, and isolation. Flattery can be used to create a false sense of trust and admiration, while intimidation relies on fear to control behavior. Isolation, on the other hand, aims to cut the victim off from their support network, making them more dependent on the manipulator. Understanding the psychology behind effective persuasion. Effective persuasion, on the other hand, leverages psychological principles without resorting to manipulation. Techniques like framing, storytelling, and highlighting benefits are used to ethically persuade others. Framing involves presenting information in a way that emphasizes certain aspects over others, shaping the way people perceive and interpret it. Storytelling uses narratives to create an emotional connection and convey messages more effectively. Highlighting benefits focuses on the positive outcomes of a decision, making it more appealing to the target audience. The importance of being aware of these techniques in everyday life. Being aware of these techniques is vital for self-defense against manipulation. Recognizing signs of manipulation can empower individuals to set boundaries and make informed decisions. Awareness of psychological influence can also enhance personal and professional relationships, improve communication skills, and support personal growth. By understanding how influence works, individuals can become more discerning consumers of information and more effective communicators. The danger of misinformation. How misrepresenting dark psychology can be harmful. Misinformation about dark psychology can perpetuate fear and misunderstanding. It can lead to distrust in relationships and a warped view of psychological influence. For example, exaggerated portrayals of dark psychology in media can create unnecessary fear and suspicion, leading people to distrust others and question their motives. This can damage personal and professional relationships and contribute to a culture of fear and paranoia. Encouraging critical thinking about media portrayals. Encouraging critical thinking about media portrayals is essential. Audiences should question the realism of dark psychology tactics shown in media and seek out accurate information. Critical thinking involves analyzing and evaluating information, identifying biases, and distinguishing between fact and fiction. By cultivating critical thinking skills, individuals can become more informed and discerning consumers of media, and more resistant to manipulation. Promoting awareness of real-world manipulation tactics. Promoting awareness of real-world manipulation tactics helps individuals recognize and protect themselves from unethical influence. Awareness of manipulation tactics can also support personal and professional development, improve decision-making skills, and enhance emotional intelligence. By understanding how manipulation works, individuals can become more resilient and empowered in their interactions with others. Responsible use of psychology, building a positive future. The ethical use of psychology for personal growth and development. Psychology can be a powerful tool for personal growth and development when used ethically. Techniques like cognitive behavioral strategies and positive reinforcement can foster self-improvement and resilience. For example, cognitive behavioral strategies can help individuals identify and challenge negative thought patterns, develop healthier coping mechanisms, and improve their mental health. Positive reinforcement involves rewarding positive behavior to encourage its recurrence, supporting personal and professional growth. How to use influence for positive social change. Influence can also be harnessed for positive social change. Advocates and leaders can use persuasion to promote social justice, environmental sustainability, and community well-being. For example, persuasive communication can raise awareness about important issues, mobilize support for social causes, and inspire collective action. By using influence ethically and responsibly, individuals can contribute to positive social change and make a meaningful impact in their communities. Recognizing and overcoming manipulative tactics in your own life. Finally, recognizing and overcoming manipulative tactics in personal life is crucial. Building awareness, practicing self-reflection, and seeking support when needed can help individuals navigate and counteract manipulation. Self-reflection involves examining one's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to gain insight and identify areas for growth. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or professionals can provide guidance and reinforcement in overcoming manipulation and building resilience. By deconstructing these myths and understanding the reality of dark psychology, we can foster a more informed and critical approach to media portrayals and real-world influence. Let's use psychology as a force for good, promoting ethical influence and personal empowerment.